the top 20 worst Hampton Bay ceiling fans ever made. Now, some of the models are ugly to me. Now, there's the top 20 worst Hampton Bay ceiling fans. Number 1 is MIDI Lee. MIDI Lee is worst because, MIDI Lee, Jack Patterson 7 had that in his school, and it caught on fire. It almost killed him and his friend, And their blade arms can just break easily. They can break, and Huntington, Blair. Hampton Bay Blair. Look that up. MIDI Lee's also worst, and sometimes the remote receiver fails, and their arms can break. So that's number 1, the MIDI Lee. Number 2 is the Blair. Blair is definitely worse because, they're an ugly fan. I need to read reviews on it. Home Depot. Yeah. Blair. Reviews. Where are the reviews? I don't know where the reviews are. Blair is worse because, someone reviewed on it, and they hum really badly. The box is quiet, but someone says that they hum in the room. They hum really loud in the room. Blair. And they're an ugly fan to me. But this is just but the ugliness is just in my opinion. What's the 3 review one? It had less airflow for someone. AJ Mora had less airflow than a 44-inch fan. But some people think it's a great fan. But I think the look of it's ugly. Number 3 is the Hawkins. Hawkins is bad, when I was a kid, the Hawkins, the blades become loose on that thing. Man, God. When I got it, I spun it too much, and the blades came loose. I hated that fan. It was in my guest bedroom. And they don't move any air at all for me. And they're ugly looking. A lot of their ventless fans are ugly. And that's number 3, the Hawkins. Number 4 is the Littleton. Littleton is worse because, Fan Freak, I don't know if he's on YouTube anymore, had one, and the blade flew off on high speed and could have almost injured him. They are a fragile fan. Be careful with a Hampton Bay Littleton. And their blade arms can snap. They have cheap blade arms, and they're cheap looking and ugly for me. And it's a ventless fan, so it's ugly for me. And their blade arms can snap. Yeah. That's number 4, and And they wobble, too. But the ones SMC made, the older Littleton was good. But newer one, it's just cheap looking and just blade arms and snap off. And they're cheap. That's number 4, Littleton. Number 5 is the Landmark 3 Plus. Landmark 3 is worse, you know. Jack Ryerson 7 had one in his grandma's weight room, but the blade arms kept getting loose, like the Hawkins. And one time, a blade broke off. It almost could have injured him when it was running on low. And Hampton made Landmark 3. Oh, there's one at my aunt's house, but it's silent. But the one Jack Ryerson 7 has, the blade flew off and it could have injured him, and it wobbles. And for fans' houses, etc., they wobble, they buzz, and that's what's same with wearing Fan Guy 205. That buzzes as hell, and it wobbles. But one of the ones that fans houses, etc., has doesn't buzz, but it wobbles on high. Hampton made Landmark. That's number 5. The Landmarks. And they can buzz, too. It's number 5, Landmark 3. Number 6 is the Middleton. Just like the Littleton. Middleton, this can wobble really bad. They have cheap motors, cheap electronics. They're cheap looking. They're ventless, but they're vented. Which is what I like, but they wobble. And they have cheap. It's a 5-blade version of the Littleton, and they're cheap and they wobble really badly. And I don't like how the Middleton does that. This Middleton's basically just a 5-blade version of the Littleton. That's the Middleton, you know, it's cheap and they wobble really badly. And they can click sometimes. And sometimes they can even buzz, too. But I don't know. That's number 6 of Middleton. Number 7 is the Stylekit 2. Stylekit 2 has 3 blades and a really shallow blade pitch. Almost like 8 degrees. They don't move any air at all. That's what fan collectors always keep saying about the Stylekit 2. And Stylekit 2... they don't move any air at all. It might use the same motor as the MIDI Lee, but I don't know. It's number 7, and they have 3 blades. And they're really bad. That's why I hate the Stylekit 2. That's number 7, Stylekit 2. Number 8 is the Carrollton 2. Carrollton 2. I'm gonna look at this. Carrollton 2 ceiling fan. They're an ugly they are kind of an ugly design to me. The light is not bright at all for Mima. You can barely see anything in every side for a big room. It's not designed for a big room. It looks kind of incandescent. It keeps squeaking and you have to tighten in the screws. The fan can be more powerful than I think. The noise levels are really loud. This is why they have to make Carrollton I added on to the list. Number 9 is the Fairfield. Now, Jack Ryerson 7 is saying that the Fairfield might use the same motor as the MIDI Lee, but I don't know. Fairfield uses a small motor, and they can break. They don't move any air at all. And they're an ugly design to me, and they are bad fans. That's why I put the Fairfield on the list. I don't know what fan I had. The Fairfield. That is number 9, the Fairfield. I had Fairfield, you know. It's a small motor. It's made by King of fans. Some King of fans, Hampton Bay fans are good. Some are not. I had number 9 for Fair, and it uses really small motor, and they hum really loud. That's number 9, Fairfield. Number 10 is the Carousel 1, 2, and 3. Now, the Carousel 1, 2, and 3 are bad because, you know, Carousel 1 and 2 are made by Power Max, and they have really small motors, almost like the Hampton Bay San Marino, which is number 17. And number 3 looks ugly to me. Number 1 and 2 are worse fans, but number 3, I think it's an ugly fan. That's number 10, the Carousel 1, 2, and 3. They're worst fans ever. And sometimes high speed can really be noisy, and they don't move any air at all. It's what fans in elevators. Mr. Polchain had one, and it didn't move any air with the shallow blade pitch, so he steepened up that blade pitch. And they use the same motor as the San Marino, which is really worse. It's number 10 in the Carousel 1, 2, and 3. You gotta be careful on high speed. You only run the Carousel 1 and 2 on medium or low. Number 11 is the Tahiti Breeze. Tahiti Breeze uses leaf blades. And they are kind of I know, Hunter Ceiling fan dude. There's a house that, I don't know, he demonstrated a Hampton Bay Tahiti Breeze, and it wobbled like crazy on low. Tahiti Breeze, you know, they're an ugly design to me, and they use like bamboo blades. They're kind of like wide blades which don't move any air at all. That's number 11, Tahiti Breeze. Number 12 is the Lillycrest. Lillycrest, Hampton Bay, Lillycrest ceiling fan. They use really wide leaf blades, and they don't move any air at all. Like, leaf blades, fans with wide leaf blades don't move any air at all. They move some air, but not that many air. Some people think they do, but I don't think so. That's number 12, the Lillycrest. Number 3 is the Devron. Devron is worse. Bay, Devron. You know, they can fall. People put that on the top 10 worst Hampton Bay fans. Devron is worse, you know, can fall. They don't move any air, and blades can go loose, and like scraping noises, and they're pain to like take the light kit off and switch cap off and tighten in those blades, and they can make scraping noises. That's why I added Devron to the list. And they can fall too, and they're ventless fan, and they're really ugly to me. That's number 13, the Devron. Number 14 is the Palm Beach 2. Palm Beach 1 is good. They go really fast, the Palm Beach 1. Palm Beach 2, it's not a good fan, because, you know, they have wide leaf blades. And they don't move any air at all for me. But some people think they move air, but I don't think so. Like I said. That's number 14, Palm Beach 2. Number 15 is the Huntington 2 and 3. Huntington 2 and 3 are worst, you know. They're made by King of Fans, and they click. You know, one of my neighbors actually has one. And one of my neighbors has one, and it clicks a lot on high and buzzes on high speed and clicks. And I hate that it's clicking. And I was scared because those blades can fly off if I hear these clicking noises. That's what I think. That's what I thought. This is back when I was a kid. Because clicking noises on ceiling fans are a little scary to me. I get scared of those sometimes. With clicking noises of ceiling fans, like cheap buzz, the Huntington 2 and 3. Number 16 is the Havana. Havana is worse, you know. They have wide palm leaf blades, which I think they don't move any air at all, like the Palm Beach 2 and the Lillycrest and the Tahiti Breeze. And the Havana, they have really wide blades, and they don't move any air at all for me. They're more just a design and not like air mover for me. But some people think they move a lot of air, but I don't think so. That's why I put it on the list. Number 17 is the San Marino. San Marino, like the Carousel 2 and 1. San Marino is really bad. Don't buy it. San Marino has a really small motor. Some people buy them and they go like only work on medium or low speed. They only work on 2 or 1 speed. Some of them don't even work at all. And you just buy them from Home Depot. They took them out, installed them. They just only work on 2, but later, the next day, they only work on 2 or 1 speed. 2 speeds or 1 speed. Sometimes can be stuck on medium or low. On those, just the 2 or 1 speeds. If it only works on 2 or 1 speeds. That's what I hate about it. Number 18 is the Harper 2. I gotta look that up. Hampton Bay Harper 2. You know, they're a ventless fan. They're really ugly to me. I don't know if they use the same motor as the Carousel or the San Marino. That's why I put Harper on the list, because I think it's a bad fan. Number 19 is the Colby. Same with it's a variation of the Huntington 2. The Colby is worst, because Colby uses the same motor as the Huntington. They click and buzz. Someone detected that the bulbs were burning hot. Hot when you turn them off. The light bulbs are hot. The Colby's discontinued, gratefully. I hated that fan. Because, you know, Colby's the variation of the Huntington 2. And it's number 19, the Colby. Number 20 is the Maris. Maris is a hugger. Yeah. Home Depot. Hampton Bay Maris. Morris. Or Maris. It's easy to install for some people. How many 2 stars is there? There's 8 1 stars. I don't know. Uh-oh. I read their reviews. Some people think it's great. No air movement on low speed. Which is one thing that someone said. That's why I put it on the worst. But It's an okay fan, but not great for me. Because, you know, they have an ugly look to them. The dark oak side, some for production problem. The dark... You have to be right below the fan to feel the air, which is what MSINGH said. But overall, it's an okay fan for some people. I mean, I put it on my list because, you know, they have an ugly look to them. For me, that's why I had to put it on the list. So, yeah. That's the top 20 worst Hampton Bay fans. Number 20, Cole Maris. Number 19, Colby. Number 18, Harper 2. Number 17, San Marino. Number 16, Havana. Number 15, Huntington 2 and 3. Number 14, Palm Beach 2. Number 13, Devron. Number 12, Lillycrest. Number 11, Tahiti Breeze. Number 10, Carousel 1, 2, 3. Number 9, Fairfield. Number 8, Carrollton 2. Number 7, Stylekit 2. Number 6, Middleton. Number 5, Landmark 3. Number 4, Littleton. Number 3, Hawkins. Number 2, Blair. And number 1, MIDI Lee. That is the top 20 worst Hampton Bay ceiling fans. Thanks for watching.